In this presentation, we aim to answer the question of whether this representation of the Renaissance, Birth of Venus, is a feminist portrayal.
The Birth of Venus is a book of historical fiction that revolves around a teenager named Alessandra. Alessandra is a young woman intrigued by the arts, but due to her being a woman, she cannot pursue her interests. Instead of being able to follow her own heart, her parents arrange a marriage with a much older man named Christoph. Later, Alessandra finds out her husband is in love with her brother. Alessandra ends up giving birth to her lover's child, then Alessandra becomes a nun and takes her own life.
Now that we're married, what should we do?
Well, we could go look at sculptures.
I like sculptures. I like art.
Or we could make a baby.
Okay. So soon? All right, we can try that out. Yeah.
2,000 years later.
I need a shower.
3:28 a.m.
Hey, babe.
Hey,
I'm gonna go to the museum with your brother.
Oh, okay, that's nice. I'm glad you're spending time with my brother.
My pleasure.
All right, have a good time.
I will, thank you.
You know, go see the painter.
What?
Oh, nothing. Wear rubber.
Few inches later.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Not drawing. Definitely not drawing, because women don't draw.
Eventually,
Oh, it's a letter for me.
Dear Alessandra, this whole experience has been less than great. I'm gonna be blunt when I say this. I love your brother, not you. I know how sad you must be, but I'm really sorry. Sincerely, your hubby.
You left me for my brother? What am I gonna do? I'm pregnant? I'm gonna be all alone.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Life is so unfair. All I wanted to do was paint, but my mom, she just wanted to marry me off. It's so depressing. Because my lover didn't even love me, he loved my brother. So now I'm pregnant, about to have a kid, and I don't even got a dad.
The old narrator got tired of waiting, and they had to hire a new one.
Now I'm a nun. The story represents the life of 15-year-old Alessandra, who falls victim by the norms of 13th century Florence. Even though she wants to pursue her passion in art because it was considered inappropriate for a young girl like herself, she's rather expected to marry and give birth to children. As Alexandra is incapable of having the artistic and social freedom she always dreamed of having, it is hard to see that the story grasps the ideals of feminism. However, as we study this pop culture representation of 13th century Florence with the ideas of Dyer, we must not question the content being presented to us, but rather the feeling we get from it being presented. As we study the appeal of these feelings, we see that the series of obstacles and hardships Alexandra is forced to deal with are presented in a manner that is sublimating, taking the hostile feelings and controlling them for better ways. When the theme of the book, women in self-determination, women in art, women in marriage, women in God, are all hampered, we critique the ideologies of norms and recognize these values which were once complacent fantasies into alternate outlets. According to Dyer, conflict and dramas present utopian ideas by responding to real-life needs and situations. As we live by the bedrock values based on beliefs of Florence through the eyes of young Alessandra, we are horrified as we feel the guilt and wrongness while questioning these unfair ideologies that come to play. Alexandra's story for liberty is a feminist portrayal of the Renaissance because it is the feminist gesture to show both the possibilities of social and sexual agency and the restraints by providing awareness to the audience.
And I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline blink.
No, but
I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline blink.